Hi there, everybody. I'm so excited to have with me my very, very dear friend, my girl boss, my idol, my role model. And this is Nicole Ng, CEO of Food Services and the Food Bank. How does this find you today, Nicole? Where are you?
Yep. Hi, Loretta. Just taking a couple of minutes to zone out at home. We are like 24/7 on the go, buzzing with our espresso double shots. Yes.
That's
Yes.
true. That's true. Okay, so I know you're super busy. It's a weekend for you. But we have something really exciting coming up next week. And it's not just the Singapore National Day. I know that's super exciting as well. But we are actually launching a food bank drop. So before we even get there, I know people are really familiar with you as the face behind the food bank and all that. But for new audiences, new players, new community in the metaverse, tell us quickly, what is the food bank?
Okay. Food banking, Loretta, is not something new. It's been in the world since 1950s. Actually started all the way in the US. But in 2012, me and my brother decided to bring that concept or that idea into Singapore. So the Food Bank Singapore is basically a charity. In Singapore's context, is an IPC registered, so you get 2.5 times tax deduction. Founded in 2012, we are a charity that focuses on redistributing excess foods and we redirect it to actually other NGOs that has a food program. So currently we serve about 300,000 people via a network of about 370,000 charities. So we actually collect all kinds of different types of short shelf life food, different sorts of food, as long as you have no use for it, but it's not expired and it's not spoiled, we would love to collect them and then redistribute them to the people in need. Yeah.
But you're also very forward thinking. I mean, this is your 10th anniversary, right? This is your 10th, but
Yeah.
you're also very forward thinking. You don't just do food banking, but you also launched, a lot of pioneering landmark projects like the vending machines and all that. Share with us a little bit more about those.
Loretta, in business, or in anything that you do, right? It's in charities as well. It's a very competitive space. So in 2012, when me and my brother first started, it's just two of us as crazy siblings, wanted to do good. And we slowly kind of realized that if we wanted to stay ahead of the game, to be thought leaders, and to be pioneers, really, to reinvent the food waste reduction and the food insecurity reduction space, we've got to see how can we do this to lead the way.
Mm.
So a lot of the projects over the years, starting from all the way, even I think in 2014, we actually launched this project called Project Expired, which is something that I think you will resonate with you because it was an arts exhibition using expired food, right? All the way starting from then, we decided to go full on crazy, right, with reducing food waste, championing this. So about 3 years ago, even way before COVID, we decided to say, hey, let's start the world's first food vending machine, food aid vending machine, right? And we didn't stop from there. And as we cross path with yourself, for example, and we said, hey, let's do something in the metaverse, in the NFT space, in even the cryptos and all that as well. Of course, it's a scary space, right? But what's even scarier is if you don't do anything about it. So I think both of us, where we are very forward looking and we're kind of the thing like let's try until we fail or fail until we try or whatever it is, because you don't know what will work or what doesn't work until you have tried it. So I think the Food Bank Singapore is the same thing where we started on our journey to say, hey, let's put Singapore's first national statistics about food insecurity when there was none. So we actually, put that out there, and in Singapore it's 10.4%. But what about the crypto, the NFT space, the metaverse space, right? So I think a lot of charities, a lot of NGOs, actually globally, not just in Singapore, really wants to experiment into this space because whether it's in NFT or into the metaverse, I think it's going to be an interesting space for any of us to, whether it's fundraise, have events, for example. But it was very important for us to find the right partners, trusted partners, because without knowing people or the right people, it is so easy to get scammed. It is so easy, right, to actually put money in the wrong places as well. I mean, and it just so happened that both of us knew each other from way back when there was no such thing as metaverse. And I think And for anybody watching this, right? I mean, it's just really exceptionally important to find those trusted partners. Just like in the real world kind of like business, you really have to find the right people to bring your ideas to life. And I think at the food bank, what we've done is, other than our corporate sponsors, the NGOs that we work with as well, and we're so blessed that we are part of the global food banking network. We wanted to take this opportunity, since we're in this secured space and this ring of circle of very trusted friends, right? That let's experiment and break through, and maybe, in the next 6 to 12 months, we are actually going to do something really refreshing and something great, but not in this world, but maybe in the other world, which is the metaverse. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that cute little doll in red dress. Of course, she is the mascot or the ambassador for the food bank. Tell us more about that, the inspiration.
Yeah, Loretta, a couple of years ago when we decided to launch the Food Bank Juniors Club, in case of you, any parents or aunties or uncles out there, looking to volunteer your young ones, we actually have a juniors club that opens up to 5-year-old kids, as young as that. So we've been getting a lot of traction with that from, I think, now about 7, 8 years ago when we first decided to launch this. And we thought that it would be really cool if we could get an icon or an ambassador to attract. And basically, what Kurimo does is that she embodies all the values that we hope to share with all our junior club members, right? So one of the things is like filial piety, respect, and because she is so entrenched in the great environment, later on, I think over the next couple of months, all of you will get to see the greenery of what Kuriland is all about. The idea really was that we wanted her to be the spokesperson of what food banking is truly all about. Not just about food waste reduction, but also about understanding where your food comes from. Because one very big part of understanding how do we reduce food waste is if we get more people to understand where our food comes from. I mean, most of us, we are lucky enough or fortunate enough to be living in the current modernized world where we don't have to worry about where food comes from. We don't have to toil under the sun to get our source of food, right? But in fact, all of us should know that even a very simple looking lettuce takes exactly about maybe 40 odd days to grow before it ends up on your plate. And I think a lot of the young generation, even people like us who are also very young, may not know that, right? Or even how long it takes to grow rice, for example, or how long trees actually takes to grow as well before the fruits actually gets to bear. So we thought that it would be very good for Kurimo to actually start sharing, right, where food comes from, all the agricultural stuff, all the nature stuff as well, and over and above that, to share the values of what food banking stands for, right? All the great Asian values that we wanted her to embody. Yeah.
That's absolutely true. And one of the things that I learned, when I came to Hawaii, living in nature, people will point to this tree and say, "Look at this XYZ tree," and I'll be like, "Where to look at?" And I'm so embarrassed. I don't know where the source of my food is. And you're absolutely right. We come from that culture where we can literally say milk comes from cartons, right? I mean, you're just so smart. So, and if you know the value behind food, that it will help in us being a little bit more
Yeah,
mindful.
and I think just happens that Kurimo has that I would dare to say like universal appeal. I mean, she has that kawaii kind of like look. She's cute. And bearing in mind that I think her concept actually came up more than 10 years ago, right? I mean, her face, her look, and everything was more than 10 years ago, but now she's still more relevant than ever, especially in the metaverse world. And she has this great look to be pixelated or to be in the metaverse, to be digitized, right? And therefore we decided to just bring her back to life, in a different form. And we wanted the young people of today to also recognize her as the icon. And maybe Loretta, just to take our audience, right, whoever who's watching this, to understand like, but why does the food bank wants to capo or busybody into this new world as well? And I think we've been very candid about sharing, right? From the food bank's point of view, it's not just about fundraising. It's not just about NFTs, or it's not just about looking cool to be in this space. It is very important for two things, right? So firstly, we want it to be relevant. we wanted to be relevant for the people who are 35 and below, which likely will become the supporters or the corporate sponsors of tomorrow. So it is so important for us to influence the people that are going to support us, in the next couple of years, right? So this is one. And the second thing is that, because especially for myself now, I'm a mom to four very young kids, and you can't avoid being in this space, right? Whether is it a metaverse, in the gaming space, or anything as well. I want to be a part of this industry so that we can actually influence the structure, the very fundamentals of what it's going to be. And if we can't avoid it, if we can't avoid building our lives in the metaverse or in this space, can we be a big part of it so that there is a great good social movement, and we support more like-minded people like yourselves, Loretta, to do good in this space so that we can craft out a safe space for the youth and for the children of tomorrow to be in. And I think that's exactly what Kurima wants to stand for as well, especially in the NGO space. Yeah.
Well said. And then, we've also talked about our metaverse for good, which we'll share a little bit more. But you're absolutely right, right? I mean, it's not just about food banking, it's not just about, fundraising, but really it's about raising an entire generation of leaders, right? That would learn to really think about these matters very, very seriously, right? It's not just good to have, but it's really integral to our
Yeah.
sustainability as an entire planet. Yeah.
And Loretta, both of us combined, I don't think we're the talents in this space, right? I think the only thing that we genuinely have is that heart that we want to do good, or to
Correct.
just put back whatever that we know, in our 40 odd years of experience of living, for example, right? I think there's so much more that we can also contribute, and then work with the team of very young designers or the up and coming people so it's a best of both worlds, and I think more of us should actually jump on the bandwagon, not because we see that there's going to be the profits there in the future, but simply because the more of us come together, the more power we have and the more good that we can make. Yeah.
Well said, right? It's really creating platforms, opportunities. It's people, purpose, possibilities. That's why we're good friends and we're good partners. We drink the same Kool-Aid. So, how do you see this growing? I mean, we're going to be launching the food bank. So we have the food bank NFTs. We have the food bank assets that we're dropping, and your colleague Subaa has really shared more on the utility of these assets and how they would actually be feeding and benefiting the underserved and the food insecure. But how do you, as a visionary of this food bank and its foray into the metaverse, how do you see this growing? What's next?
I sincerely used to hope this platform, or this very first asset drop, as you call it, to inspire more nonprofits to be a part of this universe.
Mm.
So and regardless of however you want to do it, whether it's in the NFT space or creating cute icons, to do gaming, using that gaming element in exchange for utilities or volunteering hours, for example, I think there's so much that we can do. And what I'm sincerely looking forward to, which is why we decided to work with yourselves in Sandbox, right? Because if you want to do this, then let's work with someone that's the most legit in this space, right? In terms of owning land and all that kind of thing. The idea really is that I'm looking forward to the new technology that is going to emerge, and it changes every other day. There's always something exciting, there's always something new. I think secondly is that now that we have created a small space for ourselves in that particular universe, let's have more events, let's have more partners reaching out to us to say that, hey, like Food Bank, do you want to do this in this space, right? Maybe it might be someone in the farming sector, it might be someone in the fashion sector, it might be someone in the education sector, for example, it might be even someone that in maybe, I don't know, the aviation sector, completely out of whack. But together we can collaborate in the digital space, right? In the metaverse, because anything is sincerely possible. And I guess one of the very big things that we are sincerely looking forward to is that within Sandbox, within the metaverse, the world has sincerely become such a small, tiny space. It's already so small. But in this space, just like you in Hawaii and me in Singapore, in the past, to have a coffee would have literally been impossible, right? With two great friends that go way back, it would have been impossible. But now, with Zoom or with Metaverse or with whatever, we could just have a chat like that, right? And what we want to do is to make the world an even smaller space to do good. So if across the globe, even if anyone in, I don't know, Madagascar or something that say, hey, Food Bank Singapore, can you share what you're doing, with us over here in Madagascar or something like that? I said, yeah, sure, why not? If we can actually have more symposiums, more lectures, or more sharing sessions within Sandbox itself with whoever who owns land in that space in Cobbleland, for example, let's see if we can have conversations, right? Panel discussions or anything else at all. And maybe Kurimo can say a couple of words, although I've not really found her voice yet. But but let's just try to find her voice in Kuri land, in Cobbleland, but together and collaborate, and find friends for her within that space as well, and bring the whole excitement to life and do more gaming and maybe myself to find more fun as well, to make food banking fun again. Yeah.
You're already so fun. I don't know if this will make it in the recording, but I remember I was trying to stage a musical with Hello Kitty, and I got the rights to do a little Hello Kitty musical. And I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
we want to, she needs to sing." And then I realized that I can do everything for Hello. I can do everything with all the other licenses, Pokemon or Doraemon, but I can't do Hello Kitty. Why? Hello Kitty has no mouth. So I see that Kurimo actually has a mouth, so she has a voice, and she will find her voice, and she will not stop talking once she finds her voice.
Yeah, and Loretta, the amazing thing is that we own the trademark to Cremo, right? Ourselves. So there's a spectrum of stuff that we can so do online, offline, in the Cobbleland world, really, and it's because we own her, we own her values, we can craft her, and oh, the other thing is that she has an extended family and cats are included, right? So I think there'll be a lot more asset drops that in a couple of months to come, but we're just facing things out by just dropping her first. I think together with Loretta's team, just watch out for a lot more cute icons to come.
Hi everybody, we're super excited to be here today. I'm in Hawaii and my counterpart is with us in Singapore. Hello. Say a big hello to Subramaniam, who is the marketing executive of the Food Bank. Yay, welcome Subaa.
Hi, thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
Hi,
so
Loretta.
hi
Yeah.
there. This is super exciting. I mean, look at our really colorful backdrop. So, obviously, we're doing something super exciting. It's a collaboration with us at Smobler Studios. We own Cobbleland. It's our own IP, and we're super excited to have the Food Bank join us because they're going to be our inaugural and our first resident or tenant in the Cobbleland, which is going to be, of course, in the Sandbox. So we're super excited to be talking to Subaa today because obviously we will be dropping your assets very, very soon. So tell us a little bit more for people who don't understand like this whole thing that we're talking about. What is this assets? What is this project? I mean, what are we doing, Subaa? Can you break it down for us? What are we doing?
Thank you so much, Loretta. Thank you. So, it's been a great experience working with Food Bank and with with Smobler Studios for the Cobbleland project. It's been such a great learning experience. Even we had no idea stepping into this project. What is NFTs? You had to mint them, you have to create like a wallet. It was such a, oh my God. But look at how far we've come. We have minted NFTs, put it up for auctions, and now we are going to, set up our own Kurimo cafe in Metaverse. I mean, it's been such a huge transformation in such just a short 6 months, even or even lesser. So I've learned so much, and I'm super grateful for this new collaboration and a new way to also fundraise for the food bank. It's really
This
good.
is
Yeah.
super exciting. So you just raised a couple of points. So obviously you are such a front runner. I think most people are still even talking like, what are you talking about NFTs? What is this you're doing? So break it down for us. I mean, being such an early adopter in the space, like you're saying, there's so many things that you learned, right? So what are some of the key things that you've learned through this experience?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, because we are not like an individual, we're an organization and a charity at that, we had to get a lot of different approvals just to get to where we were, where we wanted to mint NFTs to set it up for auctions. Just to get the approvals, we had to go through weeks and weeks and weeks of approvals. And then we were trying to we were working to get approvals with CoinHako, so that they would help us store some of our cryptocurrency and off-ramp it for us, and all this kind of different organizations that we were looking at. And finally, we settled with CoinHako. And, just from the stage of drawing the artwork to having it minted, to having to connect your wallet, and then teaching the public how to actually transfer or buy NFTs from us. Yeah, that's a lot of learning in such a short period of time, and it was really great. I mean, if I could do it again, yes, I would do it again.
And you
Really, a
will
lot.
do it again, and you will do it
Yeah.
again. So exciting. So now this is the next step. So you have the NFTs, and then so now tell us more about all these assets they were creating for you here. My co-founder Ruel and our team have been spending sleepless nights creating all this yummy food for you. Tell us
Really
more about all this like yummy food. I mean, what is happening with this Kurimo Cafe that we see here? I mean, can we go there? What is all the yummy food you have for us? What is the theme? Tell us everything we need to know about what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Loretta. Amazing. I mean, we like you said, we are gonna be the first tenants in Cobbleland, and we're gonna set up a Kurimo Cafe. But before all that happens, we are doing an asset drop soon on 12 August, 11th August, around that timing. And then we will be dropping the first food-related assets in Sandbox, So this is very exciting, as we're going to be taking steps to solidify our presence in the metaverse as Food Bank Singapore. And these assets are all going to be different types of assets. It's going to be little bento meals, which are Singaporean themed food, like your nasi lemak, your laksa, and like all these different foods. And the best part is they have very different utilities. Like they will give you power-ups, they'll give you strengths, defense, magic, luck. So all these different assets come with different utilities as well.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah,
You're
and
making
we
me
will
hungry. Sorry, I'll shut up. Keep talking.
and then we will also be dropping more rare assets as well, which are like our vending machines that you can see like here. No, where? Here. It's at this side, yeah. The vending machines and a Kurimo Legacy NPC characters skins, I believe, are one of also the rare assets that will be dropping. Yeah. And
Wow.
how these assets are going to be linked to real world utility is that every time a member of the public buys these assets, half of the proceeds actually go to a food bank to support our Food Pantry 2.0 program and our Tap a Meal program, where beneficiaries are given actually $100 worth of credits to buy food items, hot meals, or any food from any of our participating F&B outlets. So they can go and get a meal from Feichong Group or from Subway, or they can go down to any of our vending machines and get dry rations like rice, canned food, noodles, anything like that. And all this is possible when someone buys an asset from Sandbox. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, first off, okay, I'm delirious because I'm in Hawaii. I miss my Singapore food. When you talk about laksa, we talk about nasi lemak. I got super hungry and I probably like forgot half the things you said. So you're actually telling us, and of course, so when we purchase these assets, so we can actually get to redeem that for real world utility as well.
Yes, exactly. So in the real world, the money that is donated from all these proceeds, from all these sales, goes towards the food bank card program that we have, where we top up money inside, and the end beneficiaries can actually go to all of these vending machines or any of our participating F&B outlets like Feichong Group, like Subway outlet, and they can tap a meal and tap and get a meal for themselves, a hot meal. They don't have to wait for someone sitting at home waiting for someone, a kind donor to donate chicken rice that day, So
Yeah.
this empowers and dignifies our beneficiaries, allows them to choose what they want to eat and when they want to eat it.
Well said, Subaa. I mean, I think most people think that, NFTs are fluff and NFTs are just, some scam. But I think what we have really collectively done as Smobler Studios together with Food Bank is to say that, that you can do good and really support underserved and really support populations that are food insecure. So it's not just an NFT, it's not just a vanity project, it's not just art. But like these NFTs really have real world utility. And not just that, but they really go out and do good. Like you're really doing good when you go out and you purchase a little asset or a little bento box, right? I mean, that's not just pixelated art or voxel art. I mean, you're really helping someone get a meal that day.
Exactly. It's well said. Well said. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So you just enjoy some utilities in the digital world. It also translates to some great utilities for someone, and I mean, it goes a long way. All these little things really do add up, and someone gets to enjoy
Wow.
a nice meal. Like, yeah,
That's
really
super
nice.
powerful. For us at Smobler Studios, we have a campaign that we call Metaverse for Good because we truly believe that the metaverse can unite and create more opportunities. I mean, of course, there'll always be bad actors and bad players, trying to capitalize on any new technology that comes out. But I think together with our joint efforts with wonderful partners like you at the Food Bank, Smobler Studios, and we're so grateful to partner you because we think that, humanity should always serve technology, right? And I mean, technology should always serve humanity. And I think our partnership just really goes on to solidify that promise of the metaverse for good, where we jointly co-create value, not just for us, but really for all our constituents. So it's so exciting. So, I mean, I know this is a brand new project. This is super exciting, but if you could dream up and if you have a wish list, what else is out there for the food bank and what else is out there that we could potentially collaborate on? What else do you think will be in store for the food bank and Smobler Studios?
Well, we have all these different assets that we're dropping, and then we're gonna be the first tenants in Cobbleland. So we're really excited to see who we're gonna meet there and what other collaborations we can do, even with other tenants in Cobbleland, as well as with Smobler Studios as well. Maybe we can have like a fun theme park or like a juniors club there, where kids even can go up there and play games and learn more about the food bank, but in the metaverse. Yeah, so we have all these different ideas as well, and we're very excited that we are starting to get into the metaverse, and it's super fantastic for us because we are also probably the charity to, dive deep into the metaverse at such a uncertain period, some might say, but it's really nice because we can see the possibilities that this can, bring for the food bank.
Oh my goodness, well said. So is there anything else, Subaa, that you want to share with us? Anything else that we haven't covered that you have to share with our audience, our viewers, our metaverse partners out there?
Thank you so much for this partnership. I mean, it's been great fun doing this whole project, and I'm so excited how this is gonna translate and grow even bigger, for the food bank and for Cobbleland, for Smobler Studios as well. And do support us, because when you support and support for the asset drops, you actually support someone in real life, buying a meal for someone else. So that's really amazing, and I'm truly grateful to be working on this project and very, very happy. Yeah. Thank you. Do support us. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So support the food bank. The asset drop will happen August 11th and 12th, you're saying. So they can actually log on to the Sandbox, right? And take a look at all these wonderful offerings, bentos that we have. And of course, for more information, can they also go to your website as well? Right?
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
Soon. Go to foodbank.sg. Yeah.
Okay, and you can also log on to us at smoblerstudios.com. But definitely, go grab the nasi lemak and get it while it's hot and piping hot. Yeah, and support also our food insecure population of Singapore. So thank you all. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Subaa. See you.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.